Good morning, my Metaverse family. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my personal multi-million-dollar Mirandus strategy. And I know that might sound like clickbait. I promise it's not at all. The reason I'm making this video is because a lot of people, I feel like, kind of have heard the idea of the Metaverse or of Web3 or of like buying land in the Metaverse or like making money crypto gaming. And at least a decent number of people have. Honestly, a lot of people haven't heard about especially crypto gaming yet, but I feel like most people haven't really been able to see a practical way in which they might actually be able to make money in the Metaverse. So I hope that by sharing my plan on making money in the Metaverse, it will maybe help some of you guys be able to scheme and come up with your own plan, your own way in order to make money in the Metaverse yourself. So if that sounds good to you, remember to drop a big thumbs up and also hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And let's get into it. All right, now the first thing that I need to say here is that I am not in any way a financial advisor. I am just a kid on the internet who really loves gaming and really loves the idea that for the first time in the Metaverse, we're getting real ownership. And that is just a breakthrough thing. And currencies in games have real monetary value. And all of a sudden you can like pay your rent if you're really good at gaming just by spending time in the world. And it's just a really, really cool thing. So I'm really excited about that. I am not a financial advisor though. However, I don't want to sell myself short. I have made a lot of money investing in the stock market in the last year. I mean, my unrealized gains are over $1 million, and I literally started with $40,000 less than five years ago. But that's mostly because of the way that I invest is very one-track mindish, and you guys are gonna see it in this video as I explain how I'm planning on making millions of dollars in the Metaverse. And yeah, that one-track mind is the same way that I made money in stocks, where I just really like dove into the research, saw the cost declines and how much pricing power they were gonna have, and decided that Tesla was the opportunity of a lifetime. I still believe they're gonna become the most valuable company in the world. And I think that probably in the 2030s, they will be worth well over $10 trillion, which sounds crazy, but yeah, over the last number of years, my all-in Tesla position has really paid off. And that has allowed me to borrow some amount safely against my Tesla position, where I've been able to take that borrowed money and now invest in crypto games. And if it all goes sour and I lose everything, I believe I'm still gonna be fine. But what is happening in the crypto gaming space, I believe, is revolutionary, and real player ownership for the first times, like real economies in like virtual worlds for the first time, is gonna open up a lot of opportunities. And because I'm a gamer who has, I know for a lot of people it's like hard to visualize a real economy in a video game, but for someone like me who like grew up playing MMORPGs, which stands for massive multiplayer online role-playing games, which literally had real economies where you just literally, it was against terms of service to sell anything for real money. So it was like an economy that was entirely detached into fantasy, and there was no connection to real life, and the time you spent in the game literally only mattered in the game. But seeing that real economy allows me to see how easily we could have a real virtual metaverse economy that works just like a normal economy, except that it's all virtual goods. So this just all really clicks for me really quite easily. And when I really started learning about blockchain, I was like, wow, this is really gonna change everything. And when I found this game that we're gonna be talking about in the rest of this video, Mirandus, my mind just started going crazy, and I had all of these insane ideas, because the way that Mirandus works is it's going to be a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, but where like the production of different goods is literally limited. So imagine in the real world, well, it kind of is almost like that, where things are limited by government regulation. So like you need to get a license in order to do certain things. Well, it's the same thing in this game world, except a lot of these licenses are like guaranteed contractually to not increase above a certain amount. For example, there are less than 2,000 deeds in Mirandus, like land deeds, land in this metaverse, and it's never going to increase above the amount that it is. And that means that even if the game's popularity increases a ton, well, everyone is going to be using the owner's land in order to buy weapons or like set up their shops, and the players are going to buy weapons and stuff. And the contractual limitedness of all of these businesses, I think, gives investors a lot of opportunity when you start to visualize and realize how much actual volume could really happen in this world. And for example, I've been trying to get people to understand, like, one of the businesses that I have in Mirandus, I think I have like 7 or 8 businesses, which we're going to go over in this video. Actually, let's just start with the first one, is my large cemetery. And there are going to be less than 300 cemeteries in the whole world of Mirandus. And if you guys don't know, when a player dies in this game, they're gonna only be able to come back to life through a cemetery. And in order to come back without any diseases or like long-term repercussions, the cemetery owner needs to be paid for bringing you back to life. And that means that if you own one of these cemeteries, which are super limited, like only a couple hundred, remember, if there's 1 million players, if there's 100,000 people dying every single day, and each one is paying like even $2.50, it's absolutely crazy. Like, you revive 300 people a day at $2.50, and then you multiply that, you do that over a whole year, and all of a sudden you're making over $250,000 just reviving people for $2.50. And that's only 300 people. And if you think about how limited the number of cemeteries actually are, like, the volume might have to be a lot higher than that across every single server. And a lot of this stuff, like, we don't know exactly how it's going to work in practice, but the opportunities here, when I start doing the math, I think are just absolutely crazy. So one of my businesses is I do own a cemetery in the world of Mirandus, and I think that that is going to be a great business for me. But one of the reasons that I bought the cemetery is my second business is I own a town of the Duke in Mirandus. And this town is gonna have a lot of other shops and stuff that I set up and run. And I figured that one of the ways that I could guarantee that there's gonna be customers like showing up in my town is if they're forced to spawn in my town when they die. So that's one of the reasons that I really wanted a cemetery, is because I was like, man, if I want to ensure that people are using all these shops and utilizing my town, I mean, obviously the YouTube channel is gonna help bring, I think, traffic through the town as well. But that's one way that I can ensure that, like, there's always going to be some foot traffic in the town. But yeah, I own a town of the Duke, which has like a lot of land that I get to rent to different building owners and stuff as well. So for example, if you want to set up a weapon stand or a potion stand or a shop of some kind, well, you can come and rent my land in my town of the Duke, and maybe for an exchange, like 10% of the revenue that you make, you can have your shop in my town. So that's a really cool business that I get to have in the metaverse. So another one of the businesses that I have is actually, I hope to be one of like the biggest weapon producers in the land of Mirandus. So like I said, where some of these businesses are like contractually limited, one of them is the Majestic weapon shop and the Majestic forge. These NFTs are both one of 5. There's only going to be 5 Majestic weapon shops, only 5 Majestic forges in the whole world of Mirandus. And because there's also only 5 kingdoms in the world of Mirandus, literally each kingdom is only getting 1 Majestic forge and 1 Majestic weapon shop. So I actually own a Majestic forge and a Majestic weapon shop. And then I also own a large jeweler, which is how I'm gonna like encrest each of the weapons with more power. And I think that because I was able to get in like pretty early, and I think we are still really early with a lot of these like NFTs, like if you really think this is gonna work and you start to calculate out like what some of the revenue potential of some of these buildings and deeds are, like I think a lot of Mirandus is still super undervalued. Now, once again, I'm not any kind of financial advisor, but I've personally been buying a lot of NFTs even at these prices. And because I was even earlier than this though, like I was able to get my hands on some of these like really early NFTs, but I did have to pay a good amount. Like there are some really big transactions where like if I just held Gala, like Gala has gone up so much that literally I would have more money than buying these NFTs, but I don't regret buying the NFTs at all because now you literally just can't get them. So it's like, well, what kind of value is that like literally one of 5 people has to agree to sell this to you at any price? Like some of the rights to do some of this stuff in this metaverse, I think it's just crazy limited. So let's talk about another one of my businesses. So we talked about cemeteries, we talked about the town of the Duke, we talked about weapon making. So then another thing that I hope to do is actually shipping. And I own 3 docks in Mirandus, and then I also own one of each of the first 3 smallest boats in Mirandus, and these are also very limited in quantity. There are going to be far less than 1,000 places to park ships along the coasts of Mirandus. So if you own an NFT where people can park ships, well, if anyone owns a ship, like they're gonna have to stay at your dock. But then there's also like, there's a limited number of ships in Mirandus as well. And one of the 2 reasons to own ships is, one, if you're shipping goods from one part of Mirandus to another part of Mirandus, or if you want to go and explore, there's gonna be like islands and different areas to explore that can only be accessed through the ocean, where you're gonna be able to farm a lot of Materium, which is the cryptocurrency in Mirandus, which is going to have a lot of value. And when you think about like less than 1,000 ships and millions of potential players, a lot of people that own ships are literally just going to be able to like cha-ching it in, just renting out ships to like adventurers every day and people who want to just use the ship to go farm Materium themselves. So I'm really excited about my shipping and docking business in Mirandus. But now let's talk about another business in Mirandus that I'm really excited about. I own a slew of taverns in the world of Mirandus, and I also own a Grand Inn. And there's a Discord that you guys can actually check out. It's public, called the Drunken Taverns, and it is the Discord for this tavern franchise that we are going to be launching in Mirandus. And there's like dozens of people that are really excited about this that own taverns as well, that want to be a part of the Drunken Duck. So right now, actually, if you own a tavern, you can join the Drunken Duck for free. Like we haven't figured out like what the fee is going to be for being a part of the Drunken Duck, but it would be really great if we could launch a DAO for that and have it like literally a community controlled franchise in some way, where like most of the fee goes back to like throwing events in the metaverse, and just make it like a really cool, like everyone wants to go to the Drunken Duck taverns in Mirandus. That's kind of my vision for it, and I get to like promote a lot of stuff from YouTube as well, which I think gives it a big advantage. So yeah, I own, I think, about 20 taverns, or maybe a little, yeah, I think around 20 taverns if you count the normal taverns, large taverns, and the Grand Tavern that I own. But then you add in all of the people that are interested in being a part of the Drunken Duck, and I think we're gonna be like 10-15% of all the taverns in the metaverse of Mirandus, which is like really cool. So then the last business that I guess we'll talk about, which I think is 6 or 7, I don't know, I lost count, it doesn't really matter, is I own a number of farming hamlets, and I'm planning on doing a lot of the production for the Drunken Duck Tavern chain so that we can keep our costs down. If we don't have to pay like third parties to mark up, like going from field to granary to mill to the bread stand or bakery to like the butchery to the brewery, like all the things that need to happen to go from field to table at a tavern, I would love to be able to produce myself, and at the very least generate all of the goods required for the taverns that I'm going to be running myself. But it would be awesome if somehow the Drunken Duck could create its own supply chain all the way across and like supply all the Drunken Duck taverns with our own supply, so that we can have better costs than all the other tavern chains, which are paying all these markups to all these different building owners. At least that is my hope. So yeah, a lot of these deeds, guys, they do have a lot of value now. Like I really don't even know the total value of all the NFTs that I own. It's definitely a lot more valuable now than when I bought most of these NFTs, and like the whole stash of NFTs that I own Like if I sold it now, I'd have to pay a ton of taxes on it for sure, but I'm not planning on selling any of it. I'm literally gonna be holding for several years to come until Mirandus comes out, and I am really excited to be a part of this whole experiment. And we don't know really what the earnings power is gonna be, but I think that there is a very likely future in which the revenue that I generate from Mirandus, like literally just playing Mirandus, like I'm gonna have multiple full-time employees. Like I already have full-time employees for YouTube, but I will have multiple full-time employees in the world of Mirandus, literally running the businesses in Mirandus that I have. And I think that there's a very likely future in which there are years where my Mirandus profit is over $1 million a year. But time will tell, and there is a lot of risk and a lot of unknowns, a lot of stuff that has to be figured out, and I could be overly optimistic. That's very true. But as one of the people that I look up to a lot, Elon Musk, says, I would rather be overly optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. So if you guys enjoyed this video breaking down my multi-million-dollar plan in Mirandus, then make sure to drop a big thumbs up. If you want to learn more about just the metaverse of Mirandus, the world of Mirandus, and Gala Games and the team, like there are so many other videos that you can check out. I highly recommend that. There's like so much more to learn about this world, trust me, and I am very excited, trust me, in every video to tell you everything that I know about this world as well. So yeah, make sure that you're checking out some other videos. Also make sure you're dropping like your thumbs up and hitting subscribe so that you stay up to date with future videos, because all the future changes and updates and releases and ways to earn Materium and ways to earn money crypto gaming, like I am covering that on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed for it and hitting that notification bell. And now I will end by saying thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for supporting the creation of this content. I don't make these videos by myself. Nate, my brother, edits these videos. Josh, our friend, does the original intro and outro music, and he also runs our second channel, On-Chain Gaming Clips, which you can check out in the description. Thank you so much for supporting us and enabling us to make this content. Until next time, everyone, best of luck creating your own millionaire strategies and roaming the metaverse.
I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right.
Right.
At least err on that side.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're pessimistic, you're just going to be miserable.